Welcome to the Intentional Awakening Podcast with your hosts, Kathy Brewer and Terry Huberman.
Well, hello there, and welcome to the Intentional Awakening Podcast. I'm Terry Huberman.
And I am your co-host, Kathy Groover, and we're going to have a little different kind of episode today, but I still do want to start with an angel card. The angel card for the day is Expectancy.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay. Your attitude towards the present builds your experience of the future. Hold a positive outlook. Stay miracle-minded and open to surprises.
Yeah, I love that.
And boy, does this go with what I'm about to say.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
for folks at home, Terry does not know what I'm about to tell her.
Nope.
I had a very, very, very strange experience that I don't know what to make of this. And so I'm going to get her opinion on this. So
Okay.
last Tuesday night, I was in the bathtub and we have little Christmas lights that we have hanging in our bathroom, just the white lights. But I like the way it makes my diamonds twinkle. I'm a
Ooh.
girl. I like sparkly. So I look at my engagement ring and I went, oh, shit. Oh, no. One of the diamonds around the edge had fallen out.
Oh, no.
That's what I said. There was a blank space. I mean, it looked like someone knocked a tooth out. It was just a blank space. And I went, ah, shit. And so I turn on my flashlight and I look up on my phone and put my glasses on and I can put my finger in the spot. And I'm like, crap. Teeny little one of the edge diamonds, never going to find it. So I went, oh, man. And at this point, my husband could hear what I was mumbling about in the bathtub. So he comes in, he said, what's going on? And I said, oh, babe, I said, I lost one of the diamonds out of my engagement ring. And he goes, oh, no, I'm so sorry. And I said, look, and I held it up and he looked, there's a big chunk missing. Big, it's a small ring, but there's a chunk missing.
Sure.
And I said, oh, this sucks. And he goes, oh, I'm so sorry. What do we do about that? And I said, well, I think we have a lifetime warranty. When I get out of the tub, let me go check. So I get out of the tub, I get on the computer, I find the thing from K Jewelers. Shout out to K Jewelers. They were actually really good to work with.
Nice.
And I dig through emails, I find the warranty, I pull it into my inbox so that I can deal with it the next day. Go to sleep, wake up, kind of forgot about it. And going through the morning, and I went, oh God, I've got to deal with the ring. And I look at the ring, all the diamonds are there.
What?
And I went, what the fuck? And Eric comes out of the bathroom and I went, did I tell you last night?
Yeah.
I lost a diamond out of my ring. And he said, yeah. And I said, did I show you? And he said, yeah. And I said, and was it gone? And he said, yeah. And I held up my hand and he went, wait, what the fuck? And I went, I know. So what happened?
Well, what actually happened, we don't know, and we'll never know. But
I looked at it from the side. I poked at it. I could put my finger in the space.
And it wasn't just loose that it like flipped over or anything.
Nope, because that next morning I took a pin and I touched every stone to make sure it wasn't bent or looped. All of them are back.
So here's what I think might have happened. Of course, we have no way of proving any of this, right? I really want to, though. It'd be so cool to prove it. It could have been that you were experiencing a parallel reality of what could have happened, and instead of what was actually happening. If that makes any sense.
So explain what a parallel, explain what that means.
Well, see, the thing is that we have so many versions of ourself based on our choices and decisions that we make. It's like do you guys remember the choose your own adventure books?
Oh, I was thinking about those things in school where you
you do that enough, you'll know what each one is, and then you can force it, right? But a choose your own adventure book, it's harder to remember like what page. So it's almost like, okay, you start off reading and then you get to a page where you're like, do you want to do this or do you want to do that? And then you go to there and so that's what I think might have happened. And it's almost like a string theory kind of thing where there are different versions of you that could I'm not saying was watching what was happening, just because I had a memory of an experience I had on an investigation,
Mhm,
a paranormal investigation that I was doing, because we actually have an EVP of
mhm.
this time travel type, different reality type thing. That's what my brain was going to. But I think, right, because you could have done something like, let me call K Jewelers now, or, you could have handled it a lot differently
Yep.
than you did.
Yep.
So through that process, that's what I think happened.
Mhm.
Unless you have you're suffering from delusions, but we all suffer from delusions in that manner, kind of, because
Well,
it's a
except
different.
this is why I went to Eric and said, "Did you see
Right,
it?" And
right.
I told so many people about this, and I said to one of my very rational, logical clients, and he goes, "Well,
Yeah.
Kathy, it's obvious. It was never gone in the first place."
Well, that's what I was thinking, but no, not if Eric witnessed it. And Eric is a pretty
Yep.
practical, logical kind of
Yep.
guy. So I think it was, I think energetically you got, whether you were aware of it or not, so it's probably more of a subconscious thing. It was both so meaningful to both of you that you
Mhm.
guys created this parallel reality where it actually does exist. It didn't not exist.
Right. So
So
oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so you guys kind of like jumped timelines into that reality, into that.
Yep.
That's why I was saying it was a parallel reality,
Yep.
where it wasn't that bit. There wasn't that much of a gap of the possibility,
Yep.
if that makes sense. When the gap is big, like you only make $50,000 a year and you start saying, I now make $120,000 a year. That's a really big gap.
Yes.
But
Yep.
a tiny, tiny little diamond, you guys were already going, well, we can, it's under warranty. So you guys weren't freaking out. You guys,
I
you
handled it
were
really well. I was
exactly
actually,
like,
yeah,
yes,
I
you
was
were
actually surprised that I
calm.
was like, oh man, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
So,
Disappointment's one thing, but you guys remained calm. It was
yep.
both meaningful to you. That's why I'm saying the gap wasn't so big that it
Right.
wasn't hard to jump to that reality.
Yep. So I posted this. So I do my awakening insight every day on TikTok, and I posted this story, and I was like, okay, hive mind, what do we think happened? And the majority of people said, oh, you jumped timelines.
Hmm.
Someone said that they've been a psychic for a very long time. And do I have an ancestor or someone that's crossed over that had a problem with the engagement that would want to teach me a lesson? Da, da, da. And I sat with that and I'm like, no,
I
not
don't, it's not
no.
coming up to me that's
Yeah,
an issue, but I mean, it's a good logical question to
sure.
to ask.
One of my high school friends said, Kathy, squirrels run to you for food and you feed jays by hand. I'm not surprised that you manifested a diamond.
Yeah.
And I went, that's a good point.
Yeah, yeah.
Someone said maybe it was a premonition that I'm going to lose a diamond and that I should go have it all checked.
Sure, that's probably what I would do is still go get it checked. And yeah, it could be, oh, man, these premonitions, they come up so much. So yeah,
Mhm.
but that's why I was also saying like that could be a type of delusion, but it's not necessarily bad.
Right.
If we're going to put judgment on it, it's a protection of some sort.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
that's kind of like,
but
that's what I think.
my client that said it never left in the first place, I went back to magic, right?
Yeah,
So in magic, if there's a big stage illusion, maybe it never disappeared in the first place. Maybe it was covered up by something, right?
sure,
And so I
sure.
thought, could there possibly have been like a speck of pepper that was the exact, except I put a finger in there and I looked from
Yeah.
the side and, I looked at it from so many different angles. And then my husband said, is it possible we both dreamt it? And I said, no, because look in my inbox. I pulled the K jeweler thing into the inbox. So
Yeah,
the whole thing was
no.
a mystery. We still don't know
That's
what
so
happened.
cool. I
I
love that.
know, I
That's so
know.
cool.
But timeline jump made sense. I got Amelia on the
Yeah.
computer to check to see if maybe we jumped so far that we had a different president, but that didn't happen.
No.
Yeah, damn it.
We're still in these times.
We're still in these times for a reason.
Yeah, I just think that because you remained calm, because this has happened to me so many times where I remained calm and in
Mm,
control, and the desire was there, the intention was there, and I was taking action, that the problem
mm,
solved itself. And that's where I think it's like a parallel reality. Like, because there's another Kathy, there's another version of Kathy that's doing everything that you're doing right now, but maybe saying one different word in a sentence, right? So it's not like so far off the beaten track. And that's what I think a lot of us have to remember when we're doing manifestation work or we're looking at realities, is like, how big is the gap?
Yeah. Yeah, cool. So there's my story.
Yay, love it.
I figured you'd get a kick out of that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So there's our awakening insight. Well, that's not our awakening insight. It's our podcast, but yes, that's too.
But it's a good insight.
If you have a theory on this, leave us a comment. Contact us and say what you think happened, because TikTok was pretty much like, oh yeah, you jump timelines.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it seems like. It's also in these days, the way energy is, and just more people coming online and understanding their power, that it's starting to become more normalized to go like, yeah, you're just jumping timelines, dude. Like,
I know the fact that so many people, of course, I know the people that are following me are into that anyway. So it wasn't surprising. I didn't go to some computer engineering site and be like, app, and they're like, oh, you're jumping timelines. So that would have been weird. So anyway, so there it is. Let us know what you think happened. It's still there. It's still whole. So
okay, good.
I'm Kathy Gruver. I can reach at kathygruver.coach.
And I'm Terry Huberman. You can catch me at terryhuberman.com. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of the Intentional Awakening podcast. See you in our next episode.
See ya.